Inshallah and Ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic beings, and welcome to a talented Tuesday. So, after committing to our heart and opening to receive the guidance necessary to move into a future of those heartfelt intentions, is bubbling up like a spring, that's when we start being the future that our heart wishes to be in. By flowing into our future with our heart's intentions, you're going to sense and feel what your new reality is becoming. Just initiating an action to take gifts, the element of surprise, by the way. It really is showtime. So any new habits, rituals, routines that you've intended to incorporate are literally on the stage. So starting the ritual for your new being, your future self, authenticating it. They have these ingredients of success and holding the force and the power of integrity. But on the other side of the stage, behind the scenes, if you've needed to illuminate any negativity or eliminate it, or unhealthy behaviors or patterns, just really kicking them to the curb, we also create a celebration. The ego, spiritual ego, the physical ego are both activated, and we're in a stage of setting or entering a stage of being mindful of our behaviors, our actions, our characters, and reacting or non-reacting to ourselves and even others. But the guidance literally is the Holy Grail. It's like the Holy Communion. Spirit, intuition, and psychic affirmations are of what our heart feels and senses, our intuition and our cosmic soup, if you will, allowing this pot to simmer before we use words to respond, patience, compassion. Those are going to be the streams that guide the way. So use them as your key to access the initiation. So with other ingredients at play and adding more personal love streams, grace streams, loving ourselves more and committing to the decision to actually do just that throughout streams of the day. And even a side dish, like you have the salad plate, brings a dish of surprise. The element of surprise may literally be dished out. This dish may be bitter at first, but no, you're getting clarity on the flavors of all these ingredients. So you may just feel it, your heart knows it, and your intuition is going to guide you and lead the way. Something about, yes, that's great. I'll get to your message later. However, with all that, welcome to the Daily Snippet. I am your host, a practicing holistic shaman, medium, and holistic life coach, if you will, an otherworldly life coach, a subtle energetic surgeon, but I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is a blending of all of these mergings and these ingredients. But my intention is to utilize these indigenous technologies along with the elemental realms, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic, the ninth energetic center in the sky above us, and these realms that are elemental, imaginal, and into the shaman's portal, the imaginal realm, the eighth energetic center, the cosmos with the subtle realms, just swirling it all together in the sauce, with offerings, prescriptions, and rituals, the otherworldly kind, to really add to our ingredients, our main ingredients, our personal container within us, our personal medicine, really our prime directive, just really assisting you in discovering and navigating your inner genius, your personal medicine, the star that I believe we all are, just reintroducing you to that magical essence that resides within each and every one of us so that our light shines even brighter. No need to dim it. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. So with all of that, our root center is online today, which is awesome. And of course, here's our options for our messages today. Sorry, I think I'm having an allergy attack, which happens, my right eye. But anyway, the root center is online. So this is where manifesting things literally becomes real, taking form in our reality, the physical body, empathy, safety, security, rooting, grounding. So you literally may feel like hitting the pavement, running off steam. Exercise is key to ground this energy, and I know all about it because I stream at this field myself. So as the crown and our spiritual connection and our sacral are merging, feeling empathy and spirit-induced visions, prophetic possibly, a feeling of greater urgency, and just remember, baby steps. It's better to be a tortoise instead of a hare. Creating a solid foundation, there's no skipping of stones. All stones need to be turned over. So just be aware of the unseen. Time kind of is an illusion. It's fluid before taking any action and responding to our day, initiating our day, really mastering our emotions, what you feel and intuitively sense about the energies that are laid out before us, like a platter or a plate. That's kind of what I see, like a buffet. But the action, this initiation, is going to feel and send us signals from the divine, showing us the timeline. The wisdom is in our channeling, our channels of our heart. Should be our personal mainstream media, the heart center, that is, listening to our own personal mainstream media. By listening to our feelings and our intuition, the channel becomes clear. So we get the gift of this insight. So we have these useful energies. They begin to create and life transforms. So your heart's been wishing for this initiation, this action to take in response. Just knowing our intuition is going to be what guides us. Whatever it is you wish to be next in your stage of life, taking that intention literally to the stage of your life, and focus on the intended outcome. The process is beginning to take shape and form, coagulate in a way. So in being mindful of our feelings and intuitively sensing the path, the right one, success is literally the potential on the highway today. And just knowing the correct action to take the moment that it gets instigated or initiated to produce something, manifest it, to make it become real. So you're taking the center stage. It's like an actress or an artist, along with the cosmic soup, the main stage ingredient. But just being that we are hyper aware, some more than others, just saying. So use caution, tread lightly, as we're all kind of initiating a new outcome and who we are in our essence. Some of us may be triggered or defensive. But yesterday, it's the commitment. We decided on that yesterday. That was the ingredient that we're initiating today. The first ingredient that's been added to our manifestation of our future life. It kind of literally reminds me of the Merlin effect. I'm just saying that. But by tuning into our feelings and our intuitive gifting, our psychic abilities, you're going to know if the stage is set. You're going to know if the soup pot is simmering and the table is literally getting set. I don't know about you, but my mom always made us set the table for dinner. If that's what's happening, we're setting the stage, we're setting the table. So with that, if you have yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Authentically Heartfelt, please do, and otherwise. And remember, referring a friend, liking or sharing Authentically Heartfelt in the corridor. You can find me on Tanya D on YouTube, Musing with Tanya D, my podcast. 6 years and beyond. I feel like Buzz Lightyear with that one. But Instagram, some private groups where I'm possibly streaming as well. And also a big shout out to my community, the village, even my new subscribers. Ashe and blessings. Thank you for that. Growing is showing, right? And also a bigger shout out to those who have been part of my journey since the beginning. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and gratitude and blessings sending your way too. And also, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit the bell button so you're notified. And remember, again, a comment or a share does get you a message for your day to get you on your way. But it also really helps to echo out the algorithm to like-minded musers out in the universe, the globe, with insights of the other world, the world of spirit, the elementals, source, and so much more. And you can also find me on TikTok, which is gravitating. If you're a TikToker out there, who doesn't get stuck on TikTok? Let's be honest. But with that, if your soul is nudging you to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, the world of spirit, initiating by spirit, head on over to the Musing Corridor. This is my library in the sky. It's a digital library, I may add. It's a venue where you have some amazing options to assist you, to guide you on your own personal growth, a private sacred circle, a community, a village is what I call it, to utilize as well. I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do authentically just need somebody to give us an otherworldly perspective, to get us on our own way, to get us on our field. And with that, just a few announcements. I do have the Witcher's Way to Manifestation, monetizing our medicine and magnifying our manifestations. If you missed the live last week, there is a replay, but the card is closing tomorrow at midnight, and I'm limiting the space to optimize the manifestations. So the door is open. The opportunity is yours to invest in yourself to manifest. The links are actually in the show notes, but it's like manifesting like a witcher or magnetizing like a wizard. Wizards magnetize, right? They call in the storms, the hand centers. But also coming up soon is my meditation circle, the season of Libra, always the first Sunday of each month. You can also join that as well. This is where we're going to open up our chalice, our heart, to receive the blessings of our soul's harmonics. So if your soul is nudging you, join that. But also, if you're filling a poll for your prime directive, your inner genius, what I call your personal medicine, you're calling out for a one-on-one. The art of cowrie shell divination was actually brought to the West by Elder Malidoma Patrice Somé of the Dagara tribe in Dano, Burkina Faso, West Africa, which I visited in 2020. He's an African shaman who's brought this ancient art, this wisdom, these indigenous ways and technologies to the West. That was his prime directive, his inner genius. And I've been a protege, a student of elders, and I continue to be of soul service to this wisdom, these technologies. But your personal medicine, discovering your inner genius, part of it is a ritual. Rituals, food for the soul. I do rituals for the goddess of the night. I'm a reflector in human design. The waters, the keepers of the wild, the shrines, the candomblés, the earth, the tingans, all the things. There's so many. But the realm of the ancestors, this is where our cosmic debris and our energetic hiccups, things really happen for us, not necessarily to us. But the main stage arena of interest in a divination is the realm of our ancestors. And then we literally dive on deeper into the forces of adversity and the other beings and see where things are playing out. You may just find that you are a cleanup crew, the janitor of your family lineage, your timeline, even in this incarnation. Maybe your ancestors were asshats. I don't know. But be sure to schedule a session if your soul's nudging you to invest in your personal medicine, your inner genius, your life purpose. And I will be of soul service to you. So with that, our options, we've got a sand dollar, we've got a star, which is great. And those are arrowheads in the top corner there. So whatever resonates with you, the messages today are amazing. Just saying, they really fit with the cosmic energy. I'm just saying that out loud. However, on the elemental highway, we've got a yang fire rat of a day, a being Z, if you will. It's a balance between the yin and the yang. But our day does need wood to keep the ideas coming in. Wood is ideas for a yang fire day master. If there's any yang fires out there, I'm a wood day master, so I'm pretty bright and like a big old tree, a big wise tree. I might add that. But ideas, wood for this day is to feed the flames and keep ideas coming in. So our essence, our day energy can take the action with those ideas and put them into use. Output, creating something of a nurturing quality, if you will. But the weather is getting colder in the metal season, the rooster. So metal and water are strong. Our fire is actually weak. We do have one hidden down there. But what was I going to say? Something curious here. Oh, yeah. The rat, the rooster, not the tiger. Yeah, the rat and the rooster are actually prime elementals in their directional space. So that's kind of curious. I just noticed that. But the yang water represents large water, big water, like an ocean or a lake. It's really helping our day, the sun, to reflect its light, its spirit. It's providing warmth to the soil, the earth, yin earth, I might add. And remember, yin earth houses all the unseen little beings. So people that are born on a yin earth or have a lot of yin earth or a yin earth day, herbs are great healers for them because the soil carries, they're prone to allergies, let's just be real. But yang fire is also needed along with the element of wood, which we do have. But the rooster, just so you know, it might combine with our day, the yang fire, producing yin water, which we don't need more of. Because too much water will put out the flames, and we already have a yin water sitting right below our yang fire. But the yin earth also, it can contaminate the yang water. So it has a tendency to do so, being that it's useful in reflecting our day. It's a spiritual reflection, by the way. But the element of fire, big fire, it's the sun. So wood to keep the flames burning, and ash for protection. And then clarity comes from the water reflecting, which is actually super magical. I'm just saying out loud. Neighboring god coming in on the month. Not all months have a neighboring god, by the way, or local god. That's called the performer today. So it's a day to naturally perform, to be on the stage, to be in the limelight. You can't make this shift up. Some of the world's greatest singers, actors, politicians literally have this gift. But it's a neighboring gift, so this would be in your neighborhood, it'd be in your state, your country, I guess, where they may come out on the stage today. Where our global God, which is of the world, like the whole world, all over the world, it's charismatic. So this is a highly charismatic person, somebody who tends to become famous almost effortlessly without any effort. People see them as an authority figure because they have a great deal of confidence, just exuding and courage, or at least that's what people see from the outside. So we have a charismatic performing kind of a day. So that's pretty amazing. Okay, so what did you choose? We've got these great options here. The sand dollar, the arrowhead, or the star that we are. Well, actually, the sand dollar has a star. I think we're all stars, you know. But today I'm bringing in the messages of the Fae, the otherworldly beings. So I swirled the messages twice. I realized a few of my little friends weren't in the swirl, so I had to swirl some more. So those are your options. So let's scroll on down here. So if you chose the arrowheads, you get Penelope Dream Weaver, the 28, which is great. This is committing to a heartfelt feeling of what you're initiating today, and it becomes manifested in this reality. It becomes real by trusting and loving the process all the way to become something new in your day-to-day reality. Being is becoming manifest. So Penelope is part of the fairy guides and the guardians, which I love. Who doesn't love that? A fairy guide and a guardian. So these are the ones, they devote their time, energy to directly guiding humans as we develop our special talents, gifts, our own natural magic, really. And they really assist us to become more than we already are, exploring our potentials and transcending our self-imposed limitations, often our fears. And they also help us climb out of the holes that we've kind of made for ourselves, digging ourselves in a deeper and deeper hole by misunderstanding or misusing our gifts and talents and our potentials, the other side of the coin. But they always believe that a sense of humor is necessary. Actually, all the Fae are very humorous. Like laughter, love, peace, joy, happiness. They're just full of all of it. I'm not going to lie. But it's a necessary part of being fulfilled and a magical person. So they really like to encourage us to see the joy in life. These little Fae also guide us and help us to discover the joys of living more harmoniously with nature and with others, getting out of the concrete jungle, getting out into nature, even with them. But Penelope, the dream weaver, this is inspiration. It's magical dreams. It's visions, which is great for a day like today. Being a weaver of dreams, the bringer of visions, a muse of artistic inspiration, if you will. So Penelope weaves her tapestries in the mind with the threads of light, color, and sound. So we know what energetic centers are online, right? Sound, light, and color streaming in. So when she comes to us in dreams, we awaken under her enchantment and we are rushing for our creativity, our outlet, whether it's paints, pencils, clays, or whatever your forms of expression are. Maybe you knit, maybe you quilt. I don't know. That's not really my gift, my talent, but artistry, right? So she's this inspirational fairy, and we all have one, which is more than willing to help. But oftentimes, sometimes it's the streams of grace or the streams of love. They stream in, and it's exactly what someone or we all deserve, really. We're all lucky enough to have Penelope Dreamweaver in our life, an inspirational fairy. But they really do play hard at inspiring us, streaming in hope or grace to see what we think about ourselves on the inside. And often she shrugs her shoulders and she flashes a little wicked grin. So we think it's okay. But inspiration fairies like their jobs, but they do get really bored, especially when people don't pay attention to them. Then they kind of sit around flicking with their fingernails and sharpening. I'm thinking of a filing and watching, needling and watching, while they think of something troublesome, even mischievous in their thought patterns. Sometimes they really get exasperated and they send us nightmares in an attempt to literally wake us up. So these fairies, these beings and their sister fairies of expression, they really work together in teams, in groups, helping us to create an endeavor of creation. And the fairies of inspiration, they sprinkle us with that special inspirational dust from the Fae so that we can come up with these ideas. It's similar to like fertilizing a plant, and we all know what plants are fertilized with, right? If it's the good stuff. But the fairies of expression, they really help us. They assist us to give form, shape to our creativity, manifesting it with our own particular talents. But being that she's otherworldly today, this is kind of like the other world streaming into me. But you may feel that your creative expression may be blocked. Maybe it feels like it's dead. It's hit a stalemate. You may have even been trying too hard or working too hard. So it's time to take a breath and a pause and back off. Do the things that renew and inspire you, and cutting loose from the mundane, the mockery of the physical world, giving ourselves time to really enjoy the fantasies and the dreams of Neptune. Then choose what you wish and want to bring into manifestation and begin to create it, even if you think you can't. Creation really is one of the primary factors in the maintenance of our own inner sanity. Humor, of course, is another. So if you can produce laughable, joyful results, you're getting two benefits for one effort. And alternatively, you may have been ignoring your inspiration fairies, trying to turn away from your own creativity. So when we deny expression to our creative impulses, our creative energy tends to go sour within us. It's negating, causing problems with our health, our relationships, and other aspects of life. So denial of the possibilities kind of put forth by our creative imagination, or allowing only the destructive possibilities of creativity to be considered, those really are serious problems. As a refusal, like we're refusing the magic, the magneticness to learn from our dreams being initiated. Perhaps somebody is this state of denial or blocking is also discouraging our creative impulses, or perhaps we're doing it to ourselves. So at first, the querent, that would be who picked this card, must learn to kind of disregard the bad influencer. And if the second, an immediate change of our attitude is urgently needed, it's a message at this time. But interesting and more curious enough, Penelope and Grace, they really are telling me that whining about the unfairness of life instead of doing something to make it better is also linked with the symptom of suppression of one of our creative energies. So dream on, I say. She's weaving our own personal tapestry. We've got to open that gate. Now, this is even greater if you chose the sand dollar. We've got a singer. We have a singer in the house. Woohoo! So excited. This is the singer of Transfiguration. And if you're new to my show, the singers are the great ones. These are the ones whose wings span the multiverse. They go in all dimensions, multidimensional. We've given them a multitude of names: angels, divas, gods, dakinis, you name it. But it really doesn't matter what we call them. They just hope that we really do call upon them. But they are the singers of the underlying song of the universe, the highway, and to the other worlds, to the Fae, and even to us. All the things, really. These are the great ones. They're the ones who show us, both in human form or fairy or whatever elemental, what we have the potential to ultimately become. And they also help us to move into that direction. They comfort us when we fall off our path. I think they carry us too, but they're constantly with us. Their energy, compassion, it's always there. It's always available, especially when we open ourselves to prayer, meditation, and to the love of these singers. We allow their essence to flow through us. Who doesn't need that? But the singer of Transfiguration, this is transformation, transcendence, and metamorphosis. This is the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. But the 11, that literally is Virgo energy. This is loving ourselves and loving ourselves beyond our high heart. It's the queen of our high heart. It's our internal God spot connection. It's our future becoming real. It's reality. But the singer of Transfiguration, what she's telling us is that we have been through the gate. We've passed through this initiation process, and we have reached a new way of being. And reflecting deep transformation within ourselves, things will never be what they once were. So things will never be seen in the same way by us. And that is not just a great thing. That is freaking amazing. But this singer's joyful, passionate, bright blaze of color is heralding in, singing in a time of fulfillment and accomplishment. Along with all the other singers, this is power and joy. But this one radiates especially strong. It illuminates to the things being symbolized by the other messages in our messages today. So they're all kind of being coagulated, I guess. But this is the reborn. This is a renewed phoenix, the eye of the phoenix. This is fire, the rise of the phoenix. The singer is the flame. It's vibrant. It's this expanded life. The there really isn't much more I can say about this. Not even the fairies seem to have anything to say, but they're all just kind of sitting around. They're smiling in bliss. Even old Doom and Gloom is humming an ethereal, beautiful melody as well. It's like a cat purring a song. It's the sound that they're singing. And we all sing the song, actually. So that's super magnetic. I can't believe it. We've got a singer in the house. I love it. Okay, if you chose the starfish, I kind of didn't want to call it a starfish because it wasn't in the water, but it's still beautiful, right? Oh, whoops, not there yet. So back to the singer. I thought I'd cut it too short. Here we go. The singer of transfiguration. Seriously, you've hit the jackpot. So it's a message that really, it's about joy, success. It's especially after a struggle, a new way of life, being accepted. Things are being integrated. It's a sense of inner peace and growing. The struggle has all been worth it. So it's a time of consolidating. It's joy. It's both a reward for past achievements. It's a time for preparation as we climb the ladder or go down the path to something different. It's super exciting. It's ready to manifest and begin a new future. But again, I cut that off too soon. But following the singer of transfiguration, believe it or not, again, I pulled it up there. The death card. The message of death. Now, death is not always physical death, right? It could be the physical death of something else. It could be an ending so that we can have a new beginning. But death, right? It's part of the fairy challengers. So these are the ones that really bring us face to face with our fears, denials, our inner traumas, insecurities, delusion, confusion, even our misbehaviors. But these are the fae who, metaphorically speaking, they stick a foot out in front of us to see if we're paying any attention to where we're even going. They're testing our alertness, our awareness, our consciousness, insight, knowledge, wisdom, ancient wisdom, even our own personal dedication to our own inner growth and our world around us. And without them, we may get very lazy. But death, this is natural. It's timely. It's endings. It's a release. It's even liberation. Scary? Not really. But before you panic, let's really remember that if it were not for death and her hard work, we'd be up to our ears with things that haven't left this dimension and moved forward, even with each other and everything else. Endings of careers, endings of, it's not really even an ending, it's a birth of something new. And without her to clear the world, to clear the way, there's no room for growth or new life. And this also applies to all of the realms, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and all of these other consciousnesses. But the message of death in all oracles, whether it's the Fae, the tarot, divination, doesn't really matter. It doesn't usually signify actual physical death. In fact, that is rarely the meaning. Rather, it indicates a significant change, a shift, one that involves letting go of the old life in order to move towards a new life, whichever way we want to move. But what we really fear about death is really the unknown. It's the what next of it all. So we may be experiencing great pain as a result of holding on to aspects of life that we've literally outgrown. They're not nurturing, they're not feeding us. But humans, we tend to hold on anyway because we don't know what is next. We literally want guarantees, and instead we get open doors into this unknown darkened space and place. Yet when we go through these doors of the unknown in those darkened spaces, closing them behind us, we discover a whole new world, one in which we can grow, we can develop into more of what we have the potential and the essence of being. So here we see death. Her face is hidden without form. She's holding a dark crystal ball, by the way. So she herself, she cannot see the future, but something has reached a natural ending, a prophetic ending. There's a substantial kind of irrevocable change is happening for us. And this change may be inner or outer. More than likely it's both, but it's timely, it's natural. And there may be much resistance to it. But just remember, what we resist persists. And being in the autumn, leaves are falling. They fall every autumn. So in the spring, the trees are green again with new leaves. A new wardrobe is kind of how I see that. So just make room for the new in your life. Let go of the old. Do it lovingly. Do it gently. Be compassionate. Be willing to let it go so you can birth the new. And the 53, by the way, this is believing in our dreams, believing our dreams will come true, being mindful of our new attitude and affirmations, the mind of believing, mastering one's mind, a mastering of our mindset, committing to a new way of being. The decision really is ours. I create an affirmation and decide to commit to that. So with all of the elementals, along with the messages and the cosmic highway, it's time really seriously to initiate a new way of being. We've got the singer of transfiguration. Hello, letting go of the past. Death has arrived. Start a new inspirational creative adventure, upcycling your reputation, possibly, of how the world sees you. We're charismatic today. We are in a stage of performing. We're initiating a new action to take. When then it becomes the reality we intuitively sense and we feel we belong in that. But being that the crown, the white light to the root center, is activating our ability to root our manifestations, spiritually induced, I might add, into this world, and we're feeling into where we engage in life and where we do not. The moon is still in Cancer as well, but in a high degree, sextiling the sun. So we are lighting up or feeling who we are becoming in our future self. Feeling it, committing to a new belonging. So I would affirm I am initiating the changes we have to initiate, right? Talk is cheap if you're not walking your talk, but initiating the changes that you wish to see in your future life. So what initiation, action, habit, or routine needs to transform for this to happen? What do you need to let go of? Be creative, be self-motivated to be who you are meant to become. Sometimes it's difficult. I'm not saying I don't go down the rabbit hole myself, but sometimes it's hard to go or say goodbye to the old so you can bring in the new and be reborn like the phoenix rising up. I think of Maleficent when she rises as a phoenix. But really ask yourself, is any of this serving your higher self? The singer of transfiguration is here. She's guiding us. So success really is the victory on this highway today. And with that, the door is open for a witch's way to magnetize your manifestations. This is an opportunity to really invest in yourself like a witcher. And just remember, the door closes tomorrow at midnight, and then the adventure begins. We're going to start stirring the cosmic soup and the elemental realms and all the things of all the things. So with that, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry for my little hiccup, but we all have them, right? Ashe.